now I'm beginning to fear that we might not be able to unlock this. No matter how badly I'd want to. Where would I find a bloody key for you? Well, for sure that won't be here. That's a mystery for yet another day. And so the sun sets on yet another very fruitful day. However, that also instantly makes me remember the fact that I honestly can't remember the last time we actually slept or meditated. And seeing how our current escapades are for sure causing quite a few bombs and potions to be used at times, especially moondust, and with the fact that we are dealing with more and more vampires, I for sure want to keep everything stocked up, and also, of course, a tawny owl, which we've been burning through at this rate. I figured that this might actually be a very perfect moment to do a little bit of meditation, at least until morning. And that also gives us the opportunity to actually think about a few things here and there, because, okay, while these new mutated mutations are absolutely brilliant, I am wondering whether or not Euphoria is actually the right mutation right now for us. Sure, it brings a whole lot of power with Sword and Silent Entity, very true, but I would need to actively use potions, and that is something that I'm gonna have to learn for myself, that I have to do that a whole lot more. But for the time being, I'm also looking at Bloodbath, and each fatal blow dealt by a sword dismembers the enemy or activates a finisher. That's rather gruesome, but maybe useful. But each blow dealt by a weapon in melee combat increases attack power by 5% until combat ends. Some fights can last quite a long time, so that power, stacking up to a maximum of 250%, might stack up rather rapidly. Sure, the bonus is lost if I take damage, not including damage from toxicity, but I don't know. Maybe it could be useful. Which also means that if we are trying to take that path, at least for now, keep Bloodbath active. I want to remove you for a moment. We are going to change Euphoria for Bloodbath. There we go, brilliant. That means Resolve over here can be placed right over there. This one will be returned. We will place one of the green graded mutagens inside of there. Then we will have room for our acquired tolerance to be right here, just the way we like it. And that gives us one extra spot for fleet-footed. Which honestly seems like a very good combination to have right over here, right now. I like the sound of that. And seeing how we are meditating right now. Sure, it's gonna be daytime soon. We had our armor dice. So what's the deal with these black armor die? Dice are an item from a Witcher gear dice, an item from a Witcher gear set, a given color. How exactly does this work? Because we have a die remover, and we also purchased 3 of the die solutions, which we apparently need in order to create our own dice in the future, which I don't know how to do yet. But how does this work? Do I just activate it? Yes, I do. You can use dice to change the color of your armor, which I like the sound of. Remember, you can only change the color of items belonging to Witcher gear sets. Alright. And you can use the preview option to see how an item will look after you apply a die to it. To do this, select the die, then press E, and select the item you wish to die. Okay, so we don't have to use it instantly and then do it with trial and error. I like the sound of that, because honestly, I don't know whether or not yellow would suit us, for example. At any time, you can use die remover to restore an item's original color. So there's no need to be timid. Go ahead and experiment. Yes, I will. Which means... okay, so use this. And then it instantly already shows how that looks. It does not only change the letter that I thought it would. Like, for example, if we change the gloves, right now they're a little bit brownish. But if we go further than that, it changes the pauldrons and whatnot, or the leather of the gloves themselves, towards more brown. I'm not a fan of that. Sure, the gloves are changed, but... And of course, pants we can't really see because of everything going on. So the main thing that we will have to look for in dyeing has to be the chest, and the gloves as of right now. Though, black boots do look rather fancy. So, that's black. What would purple look like? It's okay. Not a great fan. Yellow? Absolutely not yellow. If we were running around in a desert, maybe that would be useful for a little bit of camouflage, but no. Green? I actually don't hate that. That's actually rather nice. What does it do on the gloves? Okay, it just changes the gloves to green and the rest a little bit more fitting towards... On the gloves it's not that special. But I like it on the armor. I might actually go for that one. Sure, this is not the Grandmaster equipment we're after just yet, but... I kinda like the dark green scarf. Yeah, maybe. So what about orange then? Definitely not on the gloves. No, definitely not. And finally we have turquoise, or turquoise, whatever you name it. That's not too bad either, but maybe a bit too flashy. No, I think I'm actually gonna go with green. Sure, I might have to remove this later and repurchase the green dye, green armor dye, but I kinda like the look of it on the chest armor. I'm gonna go for that. It's not showing anymore. Is that a reason for that? Because it's still equipped. Why doesn't it show? Ah, there we go. Now it shows. Alright. Yeah. I definitely like the look of that. Well, that means our potions are restored. Everything is in order. The way that we like to have things. And... Let me think. We need to think about what we're going to do next. I really want to go back to the tourney grounds. We want to go meet with Guillaume. There is some Gwent to be played there as well. And I definitely want to visit Corvo Bianco. Those are my two main goals right now. And I just have to try and not get distracted by everything that's going to happen over here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and follow the path, go through here. Maybe play a round or two of Gwent on the road. Or we just follow the main road here. And I'll see. Maybe I'll stop for a game of Gwent here and there. But I'm going to try and go and meet with Guillaume as quickly as possible. No, we are actually going to go towards Corvo Bianco first, because there's a stash there, and I would like to stash some stuff. So, onwards. Here we go. Before the sun comes up. And of course I had to run right into you. I am very sorry, good sir. I didn't mean to anger you, but I guess we're starting this. I guess we are definitely starting this. And for some reason, I wasn't able to actually use my rent. But there we go. That's how we do it. Sorry, Big Bear. But you started it. Not my fault. Anyway, moving onwards. I do see a little hut over here. I am not expecting anyone to be awake at this point in time, and although they do have a boat, I don't really need to use that. Hello, how are you doing? Is your owner awake? Your owners are most certainly awake. Well, hopefully they'll have a lovely start of the day doing their fishy business. Anyway, onwards for us. I am honestly quite surprised by how peaceful these shores are. We encountered one bear in total, not a single drowner or anything along those lines, or scurvers? Not entirely sure what they were. Scurvers maybe, but point being, everything is just really rather peaceful. That makes me actually love this area even more. Sure, I love to fight drowners and whatnot, and getting the occasional extra mutagen as a result, which we are after at this point, because we need a whole lot more red mutagens, is rather nice. The peacefulness is very nice as well. Let me guess, this is where you make armor dye. Greetings.
What are you selling exactly?
Top quality dyes. Guaranteed to produce intense colors that never bleed.
None for me, thanks.
What do you mean? Even the best warrior must look kempt, care for his appearance.
Absolutely.
For example, he might favor bright colors to stand out from the crowd, or dark to slip unseen through his lover's window by night.
Usually focus on armor's other attributes. Color's not so important. But I guess there's some sense to what you say.
There certainly is. Please, peruse and purchase. You shall not be disappointed.
I'm already happy with what I currently got going on. Geralt, we are a hypocrite. We love green. Either way, dyeing clothes, is that a popular service around here? I mean, the way that you say it actually might make a whole lot of sense. So I wondered, is it used a lot?
Dyeing clothes a popular service around here? Never come across something like this before.
For in the north, all is grey, drab and muted.
Yup.
Quite the opposite to Toussaint.
Absolutely.
Here, look around and you will see the green of verdant hills, the deep blue of the lake, and the blood red of wine. It's no wonder we love her dyes. A lady will change the color of her dress to match her mood. To green when she is jealous, to yellow when she wishes to radiate joy. A knight, in turn, might, with color, signal the nature of his vow. White to show he's made a vow of chastity, for instance.
Alright.
Need to stop introducing myself as the White Wolf then.
Maybe. Either way, good sir, show me your wares. I'm curious to see how bloody expensive this kind of stuff actually is.
Fine, show me what you got.
Because we found a few dyes and you do sell the dye remover. How much? Bloody hell, you guys make a fortune here. And the dye 962 for grey armor dye. What? Okay, when it said that don't be shy and experiment, I'd say that was a marketing strategy because bloody hell, I don't have the money for that. Yeah, well, technically I do, but Grandmaster Guy, I don't even know how expensive that is going to be. But they do have brown armor dye, which is nice. But I have got a feeling that I'm most certainly not going to purchase anything from you, good sir. Definitely not. I mean, yellow armor dye is pretty cheap because you have got multiple, but something like orange as a result, rather expensive again. No, I think I'm good for the time being. I'll just keep going what I've got going on right now, and hell no that I'm gonna dye my armor pink. I'm not a pink person. Well, anyway, good to know that you're here. Maybe I will make use of your services. Maybe I will sell you some dye in the future if I find anyone on my travel again, which I don't need, but thank you, nonetheless.
Gotta go. So long.
And especially...
Yoda lively and spry, from me he would everything buy.
Very much so. But especially with the idea that I've got going on right now, with the possible Grandmaster bonuses. My idea being to possibly combine the Ursine gear together with the Griffin gear. 3 pieces of Griffin, 3 pieces of Grandmaster. Bear school gear. Although I'm not entirely sure if there is a Grandmaster bow or crossbow. Either way, point being, possibly 3 Griffin, 3 Bear school gear pieces. Knowing that the Griffin gear does have that green tinge to it, maybe I could really combine that with the green armor we've got going on right now. We might be able to work with something very nice. But for now, onwards we go. The idea was that we wouldn't get distracted too much, and right now I am right on track to getting very much distracted. Which remains to be a glorious thing. So, moving on, my Gwen senses were tingling a little bit further up ahead, so I'm wondering who might be there and what other services might they offer, and dear oh dear, it for sure is the morning rush hour at the Beauclair port. The best wine comes from Toussaint, and his sommelier will tell you as much. Bottles bearing its faint labels are worth fortunes, and even grace the tables of kings. Indeed, today one can barely imagine a royal feast without Cour de Blessure or Estest, and it is here at Beauclair's port that this wine begins its journey both to the south, into the heart of the Nilfgaardian Empire, and to the far off north. Which makes me wonder, how much of the bloody stuff might we have at this point in time? Like, we have got, just per chance, 4 bottles of Est. Not that we really use that a lot, most of the time we sell it, but good enough. Fun times. Oi, you bumped into me, not the other way around. No, well, it is the other way around. Either way, yeah, let's just go with the flow. It really is a rather busy morning. But hey, that's what you have when there's so much bloody stuff to be shipped all over the world. All the booze. Excuse me, sorry, my bad. Ooh, innkeep. Well, if someone is playing Gwent, it's most definitely the innkeep. However...
Have you at least diddled her others?
I'm sorry, what? I'd say you better shut up. Anyway, the Bell's Beauclair, a house of pleasure. Well, yeah, we're here for pleasure. We're here for Gwent. They play Gwent here. Greetings, madame.
Step into my parlor, my good sir. What brings you to Toussaint? Tell me.
Gwent.
Let's call it business.
Ah, then. A professional journey. Nothing but work, tension, unfamiliar beds. One needs a way to relax at times.
Absolutely.
Perhaps my girls could help you.
Do your girls play Gwent? Do you play Gwent? But it does look like a rather cozy place, but I'm not looking to relax or enjoy myself in the way that you are currently meaning. But still, cozy place.
Cozy place you got.
I'm pleased you noticed. You see, when I had set aside enough to found my own establishment, I wished it to be not a bawdy house, but a bawdy home. A place where patrons would not simply come, drop their hosts, then flee as soon as the girl rolled over. Here, the sheets do not reek of sweat, the beds have no bed bugs, and the wine is not watered down. It is a place where one longs to linger, to chat sprawled in a comfortable chair, to light a pipe. All after paying a modest fee, of course.
Of course. Either way, hopefully business is going well for you and all of you are happy. But in the meantime, do you play Gwent?
Interested in the unusual. Got a special request. Just need to keep this between you and me.
Oh, Geralt.
You know well I shouldn't. Hey, who cares? How might I help?
Gwent. You play?
Nobody can say no against a round of bloody Gwent. Well, let's do
Which
this.
is rather handsome.
Yes, I am. I totally am. By the way, I still feel like I'm not really ready for Skellige to be properly played, so while we're still collecting more and more cards, I'm still gonna stick towards the Nilfgaardian Empire. Just to make sure that I actually do get those new cards, because we for sure need them. Anyway, I am for sure gonna get rid of my Imperial Brigades. No, 2 young emissaries might be good. You know what, I think I will actually keep those 2, because they are rather nice, and I already have 2 spies in my hand, so this should be fine. Which means, you want to go first by all means, I don't mind. Especially if you're gonna play a weak card like that. Here, let me show you the big stuff. You need something strong like that on your side. Ooh, and hello Willem Trentenmirth. Oh yes, bring forth your dwarven skirmishers. I don't mind at all. Well, maybe a little, but... Okay, I do run the risk that if I play either of these, you're gonna scorch me, possibly. But I don't want to instantly give away everything in this very first round, so let me just... do that. Well, okay then, if that's how you want to play it, sure. I don't have a clear weather in this deck, so that might be problematic. Well, at least I've got a decoy. Okay, can I win this? I can most certainly. With 1 card, I make this a draw, which means, because I am playing as Nilfgaard, I win. Or, well, not 1 card, 2 cards. But nonetheless, that is still worth it. I will take that. Which means we have got 2 targets for a possible medic to restore. But other than that, I would need a few more, well, you know, some spice would be rather handy, but this rate that's not gonna happen, is it? For sure not. Well, let's see where this is gonna go in that case. I guess I shall play you though and bring back one powerful unit to maybe lure a Scorch here or there. I'm sure you won't mind, right? And also, I need to bloody well remember, you have got 2 spies in your graveyard, and I can make use of that with my hero ability. So, no, that's not what I want. I want to check right over here. I, for sure, want to bring one of those back. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. We apply, and we shall bring forth the weakest one, because we can. There we go. And what was your hero ability at the same time? You like your winner a bit too much, good I was gonna say good sir, but good madam. Let's see. What was your ability? Pick a Biting Frost card from your deck and play it instantly. You like your Biting Frost too much. But I can bring you back, possibly, with a decoy if required. But hey, if you want to play a Biting Frost, we'll reduce your own strength as well. There we go. This is good. This is really good for me. Of course, you are boosting your own units ever so slightly, which is a bit sucky for me, but this shouldn't prove to be too much of an issue. Although you for sure will play a Biting Frost in round number 3, so my usual gimmick of going with the type bond cards on the melee row is actually going to be hurting me quite a bit in the nearby future, so it could for sure be better. However, I'm not gonna let you continue playing without me fighting back, so let's just see how far you're willing to go. You can only got 1 card remaining. And that's 0. That means we won, no matter what. Which also means, hey, sure, you want to stop all my tight bond cards from working together. I really appreciate the efforts. But when dealing with tight bonds and the constantly boosting of each other, and when pairing that with a bloody dandelion, even a Biting Frost won't stop the marching army. And I'll claim that victory. Thank you very much. Lovely. Anyway, thank you very much for that game, madame. And thank you very much for yet another Majordomo card. Which now makes for 2. Although I'm still not sure if there are even more out there, and I'm still not sure if I actually like the Majordomo cards that much, because we don't have the cards to actually support that well. So, it is an extra card, but not what we're after. Either way, moving on.
Have you at least diddled her others?
I am not diddling anyone's others. Hello, butcher shop. Well, they will sell some meat for me. Ugh. Okay, maybe you shouldn't hang that right in the door frame if someone bursts in, but greetings.
Sausages, hams, pates!
And meat right in the face. I would like to buy something, maybe.
Fine. Show me what you got.
Depending on what you've got. Nah, I think we're good. Can I maybe sell you something? Let me really quickly check. It's not much, but every little crown counts. Either way, are you up for a round of Gwent, good sir? And we of course will earn more money from winning this than from just selling you stuff. Either way, onwards, Skellige. Here we... No, not Skellige. Nilfgaard, here we go. In order to get Skellige cards. And hello, you have got Skellige. Alright, we got a cow, that's always nice. We have a spy. I think I want to get rid of my Imperial Brigades. Yup, that will work just fine. 2 spies in total. I can deal with this. And what was your hero ability again? Shuffle all cards from the graveyard back into the deck. That is less good, but it's okay. Either way, have a cow. Sure you didn't want to scorch that, right? Okay, are we gonna finally see the Majordomo cards in action? I really want to see what the Majordomo cards actually change into. Please tell me it's something good. Alright, from 2 it goes right to 8? It's a tight bond card though. That is powerful, gotta say. Still, however, not too sure how useful Majordomo in that case is, because we don't know how many of those Berserker cards there are. So maybe it's great, but it could also be rather sucky. So, yeah, honestly, I'm really not sure just yet. I would need to see more of the cards in order to fully know. Either way, are you gonna pass? You're not. Alright. I applaud you for that. However, I'm not gonna play any of my strong cards just yet. I'm just gonna wait to see if you maybe try and play another bear. Just maybe. Because does that trigger when that is on the field? Ooh. If only I had a Scorch card right now. I could play Film Trentenberg twice. No, this will do. This will do. This will do. Show me what else you've got. Do you have another Shield Maiden? Oh, you are bringing out all the power here. Cool. I am surprised by the amount of strength you're laying down on the field. Which does leave me a little bit afraid. I can bring stuff back with the medics, so whatever the case may be, maybe I should lure out a few Scorches here and there. Just maybe. And you passed. Alright, is that going to be worth in that case? Maybe? If I play Film Trentenberg twice, maybe it is worth it. Maybe it is worth, I need one more point. I could just play a medic and I'm gonna get that medic back anyway. God, is that worth it? Is it worth it to either go for a decoy or go for the medic? Just break even. I think I'll go for the medic. Yup, medic. Absolutely. Breaking even, which means we win this with one card advantage. I'll take it. Alright, so where is this gonna go in this case? I for sure, hello, wanna get stuff back on my field before you use your ability and bring everything right back to where they're not supposed to be. So, how am I best gonna do this? I could bring back Film Trentenberg right here, right now, in the hopes of actually making sure that you don't pull this away from me in the future. Or I can go for the cow and guarantee that I actually get the cow or the fiend in the next turn for 8 damage. Oh, okay, first things first, definitely you right back. And this is where the mind games begin. What do I need most? I might need Film Trentenberg. Just maybe. It might be a waste, but for now I'll take it, because I'm really afraid of that hero ability of yours. I should have used my hero ability. Okay. What? I'm sorry. You have got a Ceres card that summons all Shield Maidens from the deck in hand. That is bloody powerful. Oh my god. 3 Shield Maidens. Yikes. That is terrifying. You just misplayed. Oh, you horribly misplayed. You should have used your hero ability, which would send your current Shield Maidens right back into your deck, which as a result, because you would play Ceres, would bring them forth again. That's how the Skellige deck works. Oh, that is great. Oh, I'm gonna try and remember that for when I play, because that is useful. Either way, what do I want? I think I should want to use my hero ability, and I might actually bring back one more spy of myself. So, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Spy, come forth, thank you very much. I would like to draw a few more cards. So, are you gonna use your hero ability? No? Well, that's fine. Totally fine. Thank God I pulled Film Trentenberg for it now, because I can destroy all of these in one fell swoop. And there we go. That's kind of what I feared. Alright. I won't say no to this. Absolutely not. Now don't be sneaky and play a strong melee unit. Thank God. This will work. Alright, Film Transmurf, do your thing. Absolutely wonderful. Well, I think at this point in time, even though you have got those two, that keeps me safe from being scorched by you in case you do have a scorch card, so don't mind me making use of that. And what are you bringing back? Aww, sneaky. Well, don't worry, I have got another decoy just for that. Gladly, I'll place that one down as well. Ah, you are so doomed. There's 3 of those? Wow. Okay, that is actually a little bit scary. Not gonna lie. Oh, hey, cow. Thank you. Well, if you really want to destroy that, sure, by all means. I'll just get another one next round. But we have won this. But the fact that the Skellige deck has potential, for sure. Kind of terrifying at times, but yeah. By the way, I can't bring too much back, but this will do. Well, I'll lose this round, and then with 1 card, there's no way you can defeat me. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that being the ability of the Skellige deck. But in that regard, Skellige is really built on randomness. Either you will win, or not, thanks to that final ability. If you pull something strong back, it will really pull a victory for it. But otherwise, it's just gonna end in a draw. And with Nilfgaard, you obviously lose.
You seek something? I've got it.
Do you have a very powerful Sarah's Gwent card? Because I like that one. Skellige Storm? What the bloody hell is that for a card? Skellige... Oh, what? What does this do? This ain't no normal storm. This here's the wrath of the gods. Reduces the strength of all... Reduces the strength of all ranged and siege units to 1. That is a torrential rain and an impenetrable fog in 1. Wow. Okay, you do hurt your own deck with that as well, but yikes, that's powerful. Skellige is a really interesting faction. That's what I'll say for now. Alright, thank you, good sir. It was brilliant playing with you. Meanwhile, however, we need to go right back onto the road, all the way to Corvo Bianco. So, let's just wait and see for how long it will take before we once again get fully distracted by yet another very interesting thing. Because is that Corvo Bianco? That might be Corvo Bianco.
Wine.
That is not Corvo Bianco, which leaves me to wonder what the hell that place is. Is it just a normal vineyard or is something special going on? I want to meet my neighbors, and they technically are my neighbors, sort of.
Granny Chills.
I mean, I would assume that the people here are friendly, so maybe I do have friendly neighbors? I shouldn't go here, but I really kind of want to at this point in time. Maybe there's a merchant here? Who knows? We've got an orphanage as a neighbor. That's okay. Good to know that there is an orphanage. But I do hope there aren't too many orphans around. Greetings. Well, I would say it's a lovely day, but it actually is a lovely day. And I don't really think there's a whole lot of stuff for us to do here. Well, I guess the kids are being taught how to be nice at a young age. Well, that's nice, I'd say.
Greetings.
Greetings. Hope everything is fine. Anyway, moving onwards. Time to go and visit our very own home. Which honestly still sounds strange. We have got our very own home. It's a vineyard that we'll have to take care of. But at least for now, it will be a home away from home. And sure it was a morgue for a small period of time, and there may still be corpses around.
Rather be an eagle than a quail.
Hold on, is this my property or... This is my property. All of this is my...
Italy, my Camilek aches something fierce.
You might want to see a doctor if that's the case. Did the vineyard come with workers? Do I have to pay them? Do I make money from this?
A strapping lad.
Yeah, very much so. And this strapping lad is the owner of this here property. No, I don't listen to roars. I have got so many questions in regards to...
We could use one around here, full time.
Yeah, I think you are gonna have me full-time here, sort of. Well, not entirely, I'm so busy, but... greetings.
Welcome home, sir.
I have questions!
Barnabas-Basil Volty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Majordomo of Corvo Bianco.
Thank you?
Previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas-Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands.
Very brilliant. In the meantime, though, while you do all of that, what can you tell me about this Corvo Bianco place?
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards.
Very grim.
He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Sounds nice. And what about the vineyard? Because, okay, this place is now mine. I'm not entirely sure why the last person went completely bankrupt. I really hope that had nothing to do with this vineyard, but I need to know whether or not this place is gonna cost me money or gonna make me money.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
It looks lovely.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Sure
A
thing.
Majordomo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of majordomos. My father was a majordomo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to majordomo. she dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Quite a determination in that case. I do hope that the rest of the family didn't matter being dragged up that same
The
path.
servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
For sure. Well, good to know that the Duchess is paying for all of this. Again, I really hope this place is not going to cost me money.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
It for sure is a rather lovely place. Like, I don't know whether or not it's summer right now.
Down below lies your vineyard.
Hello, peacocks.
Where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
You have to try it one of these days.
Clearly. And is it a good wine? Do people enjoy it? Does it make money?
Here, kitty,
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine.
Really?
It's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Well, okay then. That's a rather interesting story. But it also goes to show that faith can kind of be silly at the same time. By the way, that's one to tell the guests, if we ever have guests. But seriously, Majordomo, or Basil something, this place is gorgeous. And I really own all of this. I'm not saying no to this, but it does make the idea of selling this
Bolius's
harder.
wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
Yeah.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
I could turn this into a very own herb garden to always have resources nearby for potions and whatnot, maybe? Again, won't say no to that. Huh. At least if that's an option we have got going on here. Again, I have so many questions. I'm also looking to not lose money on this. But I'm liking where this is going.
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas-Basil.
Absolutely. And might also just be the roses, but nonetheless. I love your storytelling, Barnaby.
But a few drops of wine, and lo and behold,
So, what else is on our premises in that case? Do we have a farm? Farm animals? Maybe? Where do we produce the wine? Like, sure, we have the grapes and whatnot, but
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
I'm sure you'd appreciate that, Roach. Absolutely. Although a fair bit of work is most certainly needed. And as long as... How often does it rain here? Because...
Cheap shenanigans.
As of right now, the weather has been lovely. We would still want to have a roof over our heads, but everything up to now has been absolutely fine.
The cellars, voila.
Yeah.
During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
Yeah, my
While
apologies.
fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas-Basil. Appreciate it.
Very much appreciated. What's this? Wait. Can I play it? Okay, don't question me how I was carrying that along with me. Also, please make sure that the workers know not to rub the royal jewels. That's reserved for me, which also reminds me, I need to visit that museum again. I mean, they would have opened by now, so...
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
For sure. Which is probably gonna cost money, isn't it?
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate.
Agreed.
Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification...
There it is.
Consider me at your service on the matter.
How
I'll
much?
take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
How much would that cost? I mean, I think we could do some renovating, possibly, but...
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced
How
up.
much?
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Let's do some work on the house. That would be nice, of course. The grounds would be nice to improve those. We'll discuss later. Rather broach some other stuff. Nah. Okay, the house would be nice, but I haven't really seen a whole lot of it. But the grounds, I like the idea of possibly getting those gardens or whatnot up in order with the herb gardens. So it would be nice to improve those, possibly.
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more... useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
That would be very good. Especially if I were to not use the iris sword that I received from Olgierd, but rather the witch's sword again, which would bring me those bonuses, but... I like both. Definitely need an armor repair table. How much would that cost?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yeruga. I will contact him at once.
Alright. 1,000. I do have the money for that. And it's not too much. But this is already a taste of how much stuff is going to cost me in the nearby future, I'd say. Well, it's gonna have to happen eventually, and I want to make sure that things look proper and useful over here, so... I guess armor's table could be useful for many more things, so... Make the purchase, Barnaby.
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive.
Alright.
Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Well, while we're at it, I guess we could also instantly use a grindstone to possibly sharpen my swords with?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
And if they have a problem with it, well, they can bring that problem right to me, to my face, and I'll send them away with a scowl. Or the grindstone.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow.
Yes, we
Are
will.
you needing anything else, sir?
Well, while we're doing all of this, these are all separate jobs, right? Let's see if we can do some work on the house as well.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
I guess I could do that, however, 5,000. Oh, yeah, this is gonna get expensive. Well, the house does need a sprucing up, and if I'm gonna stay here for at least my stay here in Beauclair, and I might want to improve the value of my property if I were to sell it in the future, yeah, this is an investment. I'd say give her a good sprucing up.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state.
I like the sound of that.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
Well, I guess we'll discuss this later, rather broach another topic right now, because I can't really speak to you about the possibility of a garden with herbs and whatnot, so...
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
If there still are questions remaining, nope, I'm afraid there are no further questions as of right now.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Which honestly means... Barnabas... Do you mind if I call you Barnaby? I mean, Barnabas-Basil, sure thing, but... I consider you my friend, who I trust with my property. Barnaby will suit you just fine.
A true place to call our own. Didn't imagine we'd ever own property like this. But this residence could serve as a perfect retirement plan, should we ever decide that we don't want to die on the path as a witcher. Too bad that nobody knows what the future will hold.